First of all, let me tell you that this is Bill McCarthy. He's going to be directing Grosse Pointe Theatre's first production of the new season coming up, 2009-2010, correct?
Correct.
And the name of the play is Sylvia. And I've read that play, Bill. I like that name, Sylvia. I wonder what that sibilant, what that means. But tell me about Sylvia.
Sylvia is a delightful little comedy about a husband and wife going through midlife crisis. And the wife deals with her midlife crisis by going back to work and becoming a professional. The husband, on the other hand, has been recently promoted. He hates his new job, and he frequently leaves work at lunch and never comes back and spends his afternoons wandering aimlessly through Central Park. Until one afternoon he stumbles upon a stray dog named Sylvia, whom he adopts and takes home. And the comedy there begins. It turns into a love triangle, sort of, between the husband, the wife, and the dog.
Gurney, he's written a lot of plays,
Yes.
a tremendous amount of plays, and I did a little research on him, and he's primarily written about the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant crowd, which is supposed to be above the poverty level, at least, a little bit above the level of the average American, but not the extreme upper crust. An interesting slice of life. How do you see people coming to audition for this?
Well, there's something for everyone almost. You can't be extremely young. I don't need children, and you can't be extremely old. But everyone in the middle has a spot. There are three characters, Tom, Phyllis, and Leslie, who are of indeterminate age. And in the original script, they are all played by one actor. I'm going to use three separate actors for a variety of reasons, which I won't go into here. All three are featured. So if you're thinking, if you want to do a show, there is a role here for everyone. Obviously, and I guess maybe not, but obviously the dog, who is Sylvia, is female. Then there's the husband and wife, and there are the three other characters. So there's 6 in total. A very well-written show. And each one of those 6 characters, including the 3 featured, has a moment where they are going to steal the scene.
Are you talking about casting age levels, etc., in this production? I mean, look at me, for example.
Okay.
Would I even fit the part by my age level? And I'm not going to tell the people out there how old I am, okay? Could I play the part of the husband?
You might play a little old to have their youngest child going off to college. But you could certainly play the part of Tom, who is the dog lover, fellow dog lover that Greg meets in Central Park.
Okay, that answers my question as far as the husband is concerned. Apparently I am 71 years old, so I am
It's
probably
more like,
beyond that.
More like grandkids going off to college, yeah. When you come to auditions and you fill out your audition sheet, there will not be a spot for age on the audition sheet. I don't care how old you actually are.
Okay.
I only care how old you look on stage and how old you play. So your real chronological age will not be a determining factor in whether or not you get cast.
And I think we talked earlier before the interview about the part of Sylvia, and some people thinking, well, she's got to be about in her 20s or something like that, and I can't play that part because I'm not that young. And what you're saying here is that it's how they look on stage.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's all in how you play. Not, I don't care how old you really are. I know that in my experience, I've been not cast or cast in different roles based on how old I look as opposed to how old I really am, and sometimes an advantage and sometimes it's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So I know I look different than my age, and it's been held against me. I won't do that to somebody else.
No, I will tell everybody, I was totally shocked that you're 82 years old.
I look great for 82.
I'm
It's
telling you.
82 next week.
Tell me about the language. Tell me about the language in the show.
If you get a chance to read the script, there is some strong language. And in my interview with the board of directors, we addressed that. And I believe that we're going to do it word for word as it's written in the script. At least that's the impression I get at this point. 3 of the members of the board are on my production crew, so if there's going to be a problem, I imagine I'll hear about it very quickly. Sylvia, Greg, and Kate all have to be able to use strong language on stage. I don't want somebody coming to me after auditions, after they've been cast, and saying, by the way, I can't say these words on stage. So
that would actually happen?
that has happened to me, where I've cast someone who said, by the way, I can't say this. What do you mean you can't say that? It's in the script. So that will be on the audition sheet. I don't care how old you are, I just care that you are able to be potty mouth on stage.
If the powers to be allow that.
If the powers that be allow that.
But
and,
be free, if they can't be free to say specific words, that means that they really can't be free to let themselves do other things as well.
yes, what you're saying is the inability to use that language indicates an attitude. And I would agree with that. That if you don't have the attitude necessary to use that kind of language on stage, you probably don't have the attitude to do some of the other things that this character would do. And I would hope that you're comfortable. I don't want you to have to force anything out of there and cringe every time you say it, because the audience will read that. And if you read the script, the language is done in a way that is humorous. It's not in anger. It's not thrown at somebody. Most of it is just kind of, there's never a time when anybody is going to be violent or the language is threatening. It's hard to describe how foul language can be humorous, but Gurney does a great job of it, and it's why he writes plays and I don't.
Well, I've read a lot of his plays. I've seen several of them. I've never seen Sylvia done. But I have read Sylvia, and it reads fantastic to me.
It's very well written, and it plays even better than it reads, because so much of the humor are sight gags. When the dog gets up on top of the couch, the dog being actually Sylvia, the woman, stands on the couch and walks in a circle, as a dog would do before she sits down. And it's not necessarily written in the script. It's one of those things that develops as you go through rehearsals. And that's a cute little sight gag. When she sits, when she's standing beside him and she's commanded to sit, and she sits right on his foot. It's a cute little sight gag that doesn't show up when you read. There are tons of those throughout the show, so it plays better than it reads. If you think it reads great, wait till you see it, or wait till you're in it.
Well, Bill, it's certainly a lot of good information about. So, how do we get a copy of this, Bill?
Would love everybody to read the script in advance and be really prepared when you come to auditions, which, by the way, are at 315 Fisher Road here at the Grosse Pointe Theatre rehearsal facility. And
Where is that again?
Rehearsing here again. 315 Fisher Road, corner of Maumee